Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Boris here again. I wanted to record a video today to kind of show you a little bit around our Blackboard site to help you get oriented. So let me do that. Let me share my screen. Oh, that's a good shot of me frozen there. Okay, here's my screen. I've got it on student preview mode, so it's going to look the way you see it, without a lot of things that would confuse you that I see on my end. Our landing page is going to look like this. You'll always know you're on the lecture site if you see this type of banner at the top. And I'll always have our announcements here at our landing page. So this is my first announcement to you. And a lot of times I embed links in the announcements, certainly at the bottom. So if I email an announcement to you and I talk about a course link, that's going to be on the announcement. So when I make an announcement, it is possible for me to also email it, but the course link obviously won't email. It's only here. And so this announcement is telling you to start with the orientation. All of our course information is going to be on the side of our Blackboard site over here. And here we also have the Start Here orientation. It's the same thing. And so our orientation folder, this is the menu option in black on the side, and these are the folders inside. And there's actually only one folder and a couple files. The first one is the orientation, and then there's a discussion about our unit topic guides. Let me see, unit topic guides, yes, it's a PDF. So this is explaining the unit topic guides to you in detail. The things that I would say to you on a video or face-to-face on how to use those guides, what they're for, why they're there. I really strongly suggest that you look that over, read it. Because those guides are the testable material. Those are the ultimate guides for your success in this course. They're your reading guides, they're your note-taking guides, and they're your study guides. And so I really, truly, when I am writing your exams, I print out the objectives for the guides, and I pick questions to make sure that they serve the objectives. And so they are your testable material. I also have frequently asked questions here. Certainly at the start of any semester, there's lots of questions that students ask me about things like books and what type of books and about the guides and assignments and things like that. And so I put them there, and this is a Google Doc, so I can actually continue to update it. So do please check in there frequently. If you have a question for me, you can always email me, but there might be an answer there. Okay, the orientation folder is here, and there are 5 things that you need to do to get oriented to the course. And the first one is to read the course syllabus and get a schedule. And then when you're done, you can click this little button here that says Mark Reviewed. It's just for you. You just tick it off. Okay, good, I got that done. I put that in the first few units so that it would help you get oriented. But once you get on a roll, you won't need those buttons anymore. They're only there for you. They're only there for you. So read the course syllabus and schedule. Now, if you go over here to our menu, you'll find the syllabus and resources menu. Syllabus and resources menu, again, is going to have our syllabus and schedule, and it's going to have all kinds of other resources that might be helpful to you, like things that discuss the assignments and the drop boxes for your homework, our FAQs again, our discussion board where you can ask me questions or ask questions of one another. And then this is a tool that you can use to email one another. So you can actually find students that are only in this section of this class and connect with them through this tool. Syllabus and schedule is here. This is going to be very important to you. So I do want you to read the syllabus. And then this online weekly schedule is also going to be very important to you. You can take this and you can transcribe it into your planner or your calendar, whatever you need to do. I do make a little disclaimer here that I might make a change or two. If I do make a major change, I'll tell you. If it's just like a wording or an order of something, I won't make an announcement about something little like that. And what I'm going to do at the beginning of every week is I am going to post your weekly to-do list. So this is your to-do list here. There are 7 things in our first week. And those are the things that you need to complete by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. And so I will post an announcement, I'll email it, those will be your to-do list, and those will be the things that you need to do by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So definitely read the syllabus, right? Definitely look over that schedule. I will tell you, but certainly you have the entire semester all at once. Also, what might be interesting to you on the schedule are these optional to-dos. I will probably not post those in the weekly announcement, but these are things that you can do for extra credit or things that you can do to help practice. So I've tried to come up with as many activities, worksheets, handouts, things that you can do to practice the material, to prepare yourself and test whether or not you know the information before the quiz or the exam. And so you'll always want to check those optionals as well. Okay, so back to the orientation. The first thing you were supposed to do was to read the syllabus and the schedule. Next is to get a textbook. Now, a textbook for this course, you can get one of 2 books. I highly recommend this book called Foundations in Microbiology by Kathleen Park-Tolero. In some later editions, she wrote it with Barry Chess too. And these are the first, or the last, however, 7 editions. It's actually in its 11th edition right now. And when I wrote this course, I wrote it on like the 5th edition, and I updated it again on the 9th. And so this book has not changed that much since then. The pictures have gotten a little bit better, and they may have added some things, but for the most part, microbiology hasn't changed. And so any one of these books will be good for you. If you can find it online, that would be great. But I'm a person who likes to have a hard copy, and I have found these books used for less than 20 bucks, sometimes even less than $10. There is a version that's called the Basic Principles version. That's only the first 17 chapters. And really, we're only going to do chapters 1 through 15. So you're probably in good shape if you find that one too. So you can get the full one that has 24, 25 chapters. You can get the Basic Principles that only has a few. You can also get international versions. The only thing that I've noticed about an international version is the whole cover is white, and it's just got a little picture of one of these pictures here in the middle of it. I don't know why that's international, but if there's any questions, this is the 9th edition's ISBN, but here's all these pictures that you can use to help you find that book. There's also what we call an open educational resource. It's published by OpenStax. You can get that for free online. Here's the link right here. You can also download it to your computer or your tablet or your phone. If you want to buy it, you can buy it from Amazon. It's $55 if you buy it, and it's like this thick. It's huge. And you can also buy them from the GRCC bookstore, and it's going to be the same thing. My only reason for recommending this book first is if it is in 11th edition, and I have used this book for a very long time, you know it's good. The OpenStax was only published a few years ago. It's free. You get what you pay for. It was written by volunteers. There's not a lot of pictures. And it's just big blocks of words. And sometimes there'll be like a picture of like a person doing something rather than like a cell diagram. And when we're trying to think about intracellular structures and intracellular mechanisms, sometimes we really need a picture rather than trying to imagine this. And so, you know, they say a picture paints 1,000 words. I really like this Tolero book. So get yourself a book, mark that reviewed. It's important. You need to get a book right away. You are not going to be successful in this class without a book. And I'm going to tell you the guides that I wrote. really do go better with this first one that I've recommended, only because I've written it for so long. It is still the testable material, so you can still use the OpenStax, but you might have to go from chapter 2 to 4 to 7 to 6 to piece together all the information, whereas the guides go in order with the other book, and so do my lectures. But again, microbiology doesn't change, and so you're going to be able to get the same information using a lot of different books. Okay, next up is the online course scavenger hunt. This is set up like a quiz, so this is going to be like your first quiz that you would take, although this is going to be participation points. This is to get you to answer some questions by reading the syllabus, reading the schedule, poking around through Blackboard, and really getting oriented. So that's why I call it a scavenger hunt, because there are right and wrong answers, but you gotta find them. And be sure that you click submit on that one, okay? So I write all of this stuff underneath. You're on an online course, so all I can do is write things, right? So you really do have to read all of these things that I post, because if you don't, you could be missing out on some vital information. Next up is an article. That article is going to be your first practice at doing a homework. And so you're going to read the article here. You're going to download the questions here. It's a Word document. You're going to type in your answer to the questions, and then you're going to submit your homework in a Dropbox. And that's how we're going to submit all our homework online, is through a Dropbox. And so this is your first experience doing that. And so this article, it looks pretty long, but please don't be overwhelmed by that. He writes as if he's talking to you, which is really nice. It's a pretty good article about study skills, study habits, approaches, mental approaches towards taking ownership of your own learning, things like that. And so it's a really great article, and that's why I put it there. Then last, I would like for you to take a survey. This survey is asking you questions about how we're going to communicate, because since this is an online course, I want to know when I can best meet with most of you via Zoom or video conferencing in some way. And so I need to know what your capabilities are for communicating and time scheduling. And then you need to begin Unit 1. That's actually all in the first week. If we took a look at our first schedule, the first thing that we need to do is do the orientation. And then we need to do Unit 1. We're going to do Unit 1, Topic 1, and then we're going to do Unit 1, Topic 2. So if we look over here, here's Unit 1 in the menus. Unit 1 has 2 folders because it has 2 topics, and the Topic 1 folder has all the things that you need to do, and they're in order. So the first thing you need to do is download and fill out the guide with your textbook, which is why it's important you get a textbook right away, because you can't do the guide without a textbook. So you download that guide, and you're going to fill out that textbook. Here's a handout. That's a bit of information that is that I've used to supplement the information in the textbook. And then you're going to take a readiness quiz. So you've done the review. You've started studying. You've read through the book, and you've filled out the guide. So you've done targeted reading. And please do read the information that I post here, because I'm describing to you why we're taking this approach to make it most successful for you. And then this readiness quiz is not for any points. This is just for you. This is did I read through that book and that guide, and did I actually retain some of the information so that now I'm prepared to watch the videos, the lectures, and start to kind of practice and challenge that information. I deliver my lectures like you're sitting there, so I will ask you questions, and I will give you a chance to respond. But the idea is your guide is mostly filled out, so you're just filling in those last little things. And then at the end of all of those lectures, hopefully you will have a complete guide with your confidence the answers are correct, and now you can continue studying by challenging your recall and practice and application. And if you need to ask me questions, of course you can via Zoom or email. So you take that readiness quiz and then you're going to watch the lecture videos. So the lecture videos are all posted and they're all on YouTube. They're 20 minutes to 40 minutes. They're about the length of what I would deliver in a particular lecture session if we were in seat. And so you might have to pause it. You might have to, you know, make yourself a note. This is where I stopped and come back. And sometimes there's only 2 videos. Sometimes there's 4. It really depends on the size of that topic. I also included my slides. These are shortened versions of my slides, so if you wanted, you could take notes on those, but really the guide is the testable material. It's just that the guide is just words and there's no pictures, and maybe you want to have some pictures, so I also provided you my slides here. And then at the end, in this case, there's only an extra credit opportunity. There might be some handouts, there might be some worksheets, some things like that. And then the week that particular unit topic quiz is due, you will see the quiz pop up down here. It's set on a timer, so it's there, but it won't show itself until it's the week for you to take it, and you get 1 week to take that quiz. And then also this week, you're gonna wanna do Unit 1 Topic 2, which is our review, and it's set up the same way, and you'll see there's a few more worksheets and handouts. Next week, we're gonna have the exam on Unit 1, and you will see the exam pop up here underneath the 2 folders. So it's in Unit 1, after you've done each of the topics, the exam will pop up there. They are timed, they are proctored, and you get 1 shot. And all that information is posted underneath before you click on it to open it up so that you can kind of see what you're in for, what you're ready for. Also, exam point values are in the syllabus, so you don't have to, that's actually not in the information. What else is here? So we've got our units. You can click through all the units, they're all there. The only thing is the homeworks and the quizzes and tests aren't open for you because I don't want you to go so far ahead because unfortunately learning doesn't happen when you just zip through it. My information is here. This is where you're going to reach me via Zoom meetings. After we take our survey, I'll change these times and we'll have what we call standing Zoom time. Oh boy. And you'll just be able to click on that. You can also do a checking in forum with me. I mentioned that, and here's my contact information down here. Get help. This is very important. This is something that I pieced together for you. Sometimes we don't know what we need, and so there's all kinds of things here from campus information to student services, food, emergency housing, dental, counseling and mental wellness, and then there's career development and career counseling, emergency medical funds, disability support services. So all of these things are campus things, and I just kind of copied and pasted their little 1-line blurb about what they do there. So please check that out. You never know what might be available to you just because you're a student, right? Assignment and drop boxes. This resource folder is also in our syllabus and resource folder. Everything's in double places. Homework is always in more than one place as well. So notice your first homework assignment is that learning your first job, and that's what's posted here. You'll see the article, the questions, and the drop box. And then those will close and the next ones will open. Actually not sure why the information sheet is open there, maybe just so you can read ahead and take a peek. Notice the drop box isn't open. And the last thing is then our discussion boards. Remember, the discussion boards are posted in place, but then there's also a collection of them here. And so there are 3 required discussion boards, and then there are 3 extra credit opportunities. It doesn't look like all of them are available to you, but I will get those going. Okay, so I hope that I gave you a little bit of an overview of our course, and then you can go ahead and get started. So we'll see you later, and I look forward to a good semester with you.